Well, hello everyone. We have a new major update for Kenshi coming out soon, in about 3 weeks. And the first thing you need to know is that the final map portion is finally being released. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you definitely want to train and equip your people before you go. I wouldn't want you all dying in the desert. Now, Blood won't be making it into this update, but it is coming to Kenshi. And it will be in the game before the final release, and it looks pretty epic. This is a major addition to the Kenshi atmosphere, and it suits it incredibly well. In the same vein of things your body loses, you can now be dismembered. In the same way that you would die, if your health goes negative by its maximum value. For instance, a Greenlander has 100 maximum min hit points. If you go negative 100 on your vitals, you die. But currently, if you go negative 100 on your limbs, nothing happens. You just bleed. Under the new system, you would lose the limb, just like you would normally lose your life if it was a vital. And it's permanently destroyed. The only thing you can do is replace it with a prosthetic limb in town. Find a special vendor, and they can take care of that for you. As you can see in this picture, her left arm with the prosthetic has the same health points as her right arm without a prosthetic. So allow me to make some assumptions here. I'm assuming it works the same way as a normal human limb. It is possible that it needs to be healed with a robotics kit instead of your basic medical, but knowing this, I doubt it, if they didn't even give it extra hit points. But other than that, it won't modify your toughness or anything, or have any kind of special damage resistance. It's just a replacement for what you already have. And it gives an extra narrative element to Kenshi, which is always appreciated since it's such a rich game in the narrative sense. Now the last major addition for this update is crossbows. Handheld crossbows. So you can now fight at range on the go. I'm still torn as to how it's going to affect the actual game mode. I have lots of questions. For instance, will it deal damage like a sword does, or like a turret does? For anyone who doesn't know, armor resistances for melee weapons are percentage based. Armor resistances for projectiles, namely the mounted turrets, all we have so far, is a flat reduction. It's just a basic subtraction. Now, if that's the case, handheld crossbows would be completely useless against heavy armor. Whereas with melee weapons, you can at least still get some damage through. Now, it comes with 2 new stats, Perception and Precision. And knowing how turrets work, I imagine Perception is friendly fire avoidance, maybe even range, and Precision would be accuracy. Now, there's also a new armor set here. These few individuals are all wearing the same set, so likely some kind of faction related to that. There's also a slave in combat, though I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Armor could potentially have some kind of stat bonus for crossbows, like how we have certain armors like the Assassin's Rags, that give bonuses to your melee skills. That is possible, though there's no information on it yet. I know that the crossbow takes up the primary weapon slot, leaving your secondary for a katana or wakizashi or such to engage with at melee range. And the other final concern, crossbows could potentially be game breaking in terms of balance. For instance, a high skill character in this game is basically a god to the lower level characters. If you ever get a character up to 80s and 90s in their stats and send them to go fight some bandits, you'll be lucky if you even get hit. It's pretty ridiculous. but it's true to life in that way. My concern with crossbows is that they could potentially nullify your character's skills entirely. Say you have someone with 80 defense, and someone shoots you with a crossbow and you can't dodge it, you can't block it, based on your dodge and defense scores. I don't know if that's the case. It is possible. And I'm just getting these visions of people fighting the Bugmaster by bringing 24 people with crossbows. It's just, it doesn't matter how much defense you have if you can just shoot them from afar. But I don't know if that's the case. Hopefully there is some system in place where if you have high dodge, you can dodge it. High defense, you can deflect it. Otherwise, it will completely break the game balance if abused in that way. But knowing Lo-Fi, I'm sure they will do as best for the game as they have prior. And then there's also coming more diplomacy in this update. We'll have to try that out. But aside from that, the update for my own channel is that I have a new job. I haven't been on much because I've been busy. I've been working. Now, I will be moving over there at some point, and that will give me more time. Currently, my commute is a little bit crazy. But if I can at least get out there, maybe I can get back to doing episodic Kenshi stuff. Otherwise, just expect these little updates now and then. Aside from that, thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next time. This is Turn Back Out.